Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Javed Ali from Department of Pharmaceutics, School of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Jamia Hamdard. Today we are going to discuss about a module which is titled as Physiologic Pharmacokinetic Models under the paper Biopharmaceutics and Pharmacokinetics. In physiologic pharmacokinetic model, we are going to study different physiological pharmacokinetic models. What do you understand by the term mean residence time, which is also being referred to as MRT, statistical moment theory, mean absorption time, which is also being referred to as MAT, MET, and mean dissolution time, that is MDT, and the selection of pharmacokinetic model. Now coming to different physiological pharmacokinetic models, pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics are helpful parameters to determine the relationship between the dose and response. Pharmacokinetics refers to the fate of the drug when administered, while pharmacodynamics refers to pharmacological response taking place in the body. When the drug is present at its action site, then only it can produce pharmacological effect. Pharmacokinetics helps in determining bioavailability, that is, the amount of a drug taken by the systemic circulation out of the total drug administered. Volume of distribution, that is the total volume in the body to hold the drug out of. And the clearance, that is the amount of drug removed from the body. The figure shown here shows the various factors which determine the pharmacokinetics of a drug. When the drug is given at the administration site, it gets absorbed and shows bioavailability, that is biological availability at the site of action, so that the drug concentration is achieved in the circulatory system, where simultaneously the drug distribution takes place in the target tissues or the other tissues, and the drug concentration in the circulation system undergo clearance, which ultimately lead to the elimination either by metabolism or excretion of drug. Mathematical equations are used to describe most of the pharmacokinetic parameters. For example, rate of total elimination, which is equal to Q into C arterial minus C venous, where Q is a blood flow and the C arterial is a concentration entering and C venous is the concentration which is output. Other parameters are bioavailability, maximum plasma concentration, half-life, volume of distribution, renal clearance, and hepatic clearance. These parameters can either be obtained directly or through solving some mathematical equations. The figure here gives the classification of pharmacokinetic models. PK models can be subdivided into two major categories: compartment models and non-compartment models. Compartment models may be physiological models, mechanistic models, and physiological models can further be classified as whole body models, partial body models, and metabolism models. Compartment models, there are two types of compartment model: mechanistic model or physiological models. Mechanistic models are related to physiological processes but is not fully functional model for the organism. Physiological models are based on interconnected compartments which include series of organs and tissue spaces. Mechanistic models are classified as mammillary and quaternary compartment models, and the mammillary model is composed of central compartment like plasma and highly perfused tissue surrounded and connected by the peripheral compartment. We have seen the classification of central and peripheral compartment in case of two compartment module as well. While the quaternary model consists of interconnected compartment as shown in the figure. Non-compartment models, this model is based on the following properties. Number one, determination of pharmacokinetic parameters like area under a curve, that is AUC in plasma, deriving relationship between rate of drug input and concentration of the drug in systemic circulation, describing terminal phase in the drug concentration time profile using an exponential equation. The equation representing each property is given as AUC is the summation of 0 to infinity CR dt, where CR is the renal clearance. Physiologically based pharmacokinetic models, which are also being referred to as PBPK, according to this model, body is divided into physiologically connected compartments which represents major organs, and to get a mass balance differential equation for each compartment describes the fate of the substance within that compartment, as given in the figure here, where you have interconnected compartment representing the plasma, liver, GI tract, kidney, muscle, bone and fat. The PBPK models include the following three types: PBPK models of the whole body, partial PBPK models of the body systems, which are isolated like perfused hind limbs, gastrointestinal tract, etc., and metabolic PBPK models, which explain drug elimination through liver using physiological and biochemical parameters like rate of blood flow to the kidney, protein binding, enzymatic metabolism, etc. Now coming to statistical moment theory, this involves collection of experimental data following a single dose of drug. If plasma drug concentration versus time is considered as statistical distribution curve, then MRT is equal to AUMC divided by AUC. AUMC is the area under moment curve and MRT is a mean residence time. Area under the first moment curve can be calculated by plotting plasma concentration into time against time, and AUC can be calculated by plotting the plasma concentration versus time and finding out their areas of the curve so formed and dividing AUMC by AUC. Now coming to the mean residence time, that is MRT, is interpreted as the mean average time for a mass of intact drug molecules to transit through the body. MRT involves a composite of all disposition processes and, when applicable, drug release from the dosage form and absorption. In reality, a distribution of residence time occurs with large number of drug molecules staying in the body for either longer or shorter times than this average time. In order to obtain or determine MRT, consider the situation where a particular group of molecule of a drug resides in the body after dosing for a specific length of time, that is Ti. If these drug molecules are measured by their mass, this individual group of drug molecules can be represented by the mass delta Xi. And when this mass of the drug exits the body after having resided in the body for exactly Ti time, then the term delta Xi ETI defines the product of the mass of group of molecules having a given residence time multiplied by this residence time. Since there exist many groups of molecules with differing residence time, a list of these mass into time products could be compiled, ordered from shortest to longest. This list is n items long, indicating that there are n groups of molecules with different residence times. This list can be used to find the MRT of a typical group of molecules of the drug in question. An example can clear this concept. If 1000 workers are surveyed to record the number of hours each worked during a single week, one can obtain grand total by adding the number of worker hours for all the workers. If, for example, sum to equal 40,000 worker hours are found, then divide this value by a total number of workers and find the average number of hours worked during the week. Coming to determination of mean residence time or MRT, the average residence time can be calculated by summing all these mass time products on the list and dividing by the sum of all masses of drug, that is by the absorbed dose, that is Fx0. So MRT is equal to summation 0 to infinity T dxc divided by Fx0, which is the absorbed dose. The equation represents the sum of the masses of an infinite number of infinite small groups of drug molecules ready to exit the body multiplied by the individual residence time. The MRT is a ratio of this value to the dose of drug. Intravenous bolus administration, one compartment model. In order to simplify the equation for determination of MRT of a drug that exhibit this characteristic of the first order process, one compartment model administered as an IV bolus dose, the rate of drug elimination can be calculated as dxc by dt is equal to kx0 e to the power minus kt, where k is the overall elimination rate constant. And hence MRT is equal to 0 to infinity tk x0 e minus ket dt upon x0. On comparison and on integration over time, the upper limit of the integral has changed from x e infinity to infinity. Next, the two constants are pulled out of the integral, which allow x0 to be cancelled in the numerator and denominator, and hence MRT can be expressed as k integration of 0 to infinity t e to the power minus kt dt, and on integration MRT is equal to 1 over k. When the amount of drug remaining to be eliminated, ARE versus time, in case of one compartment drug intravenous bolus dose is plotted, a curvilinear curve is obtained, and therefore the MRT for an IV bolus that exhibit single compartment distribution and first order elimination is simply the reciprocal of first order elimination rate constant. The MRT can also be thought of as the ratio area under the amount of drug remaining to be eliminated versus time curve divided by total amount of drug eliminated. For intravenous administration of a drug that follows the first order process and one compartment model, this definition yields the same result as in the previous equation. For an intravenous bolus, the amount of drug remaining to be eliminated, that is x0 minus xc, is simply the amount of drug remaining in the body, that is x. For an intravenous bolus of a drug that exhibit the characteristic of a one compartment model, this equal x0 e to the power minus ket, and on substitution again we get MRT is equal to 1 over k. There is a third way to determine MRT. This method generally yields the simplest expression to evaluate and is based on equality. That is, the term AUMC in the numerator represent the area under the first moment curve. Each term in the Pauli exponential equation defines plasma drug concentration for a given compartmental pharmacokinetic model consisting of a coefficient multiplied by a mono exponential expression containing a rate constant. AUMC can be expressed as a sum of the ratios of each coefficient to the square of its corresponding rate constant, as seen in the numerator. The AUC in the denominator of this equation is evaluated as a ratio of absorbed dose to systemic drug clearance. The figure shows the AUMC and the AUC for a one compartment drug administered as an IV bolus. Application of the equation for a drug that exhibit one compartment model, first order process and administered intravenously produces a single term in the expression for plasma drug concentration as function of time, and again here MRT is equal to 1 upon k, where k is the elimination rate constant and V is the apparent volume of distribution. It is demonstrated here that the three methods yield identical results in the case of intravenous bolus of a drug exhibiting the characteristic of a one compartment model, where MRT is equal to 1 over k, where k is nothing else but the overall elimination rate constant. The figure 8 shows the frequency distribution of residence time for a typical one compartment intravenous bolus model The MRT is also indicated in the figure. Now coming to intravenous bolus administration two-compartment model. In this, the equation for mass of a drug in the body as a function of time for an intravenous bolus administration is given by the represented complex exponential and mathematical equation, and MRT can be calculated in the case of two-compartment model as 1 upon alpha, where alpha represents the distribution coefficient, plus 1 upon beta, where beta is the elimination constant, and minus K10, that is the elimination constant from the central compartment, upon alpha and beta. However, since alpha beta is nothing else but the product of K10 and K21, and the equation can further be changed as MRT is equal to 1 over alpha plus 1 upon beta minus 1 over K21. Total MRT for an intravenous bolus injection of a two-compartment drug. It is the sum of the time the drug is present in the central compartment, indicated in terms by a subscript C, plus the time it is present in the peripheral tissue compartment, indicated in the term by a subscript peri. The figure shows here the distribution of residence time for a typical two-compartment intravenous bolus model with total MRT indicated. Therefore, to determine how much of the total MRT is spent in each of these two compartments, the MRT in the central compartment, that is MRT C, and the MRT in the peripheral compartment, that is MRT peri, is also indicated. MRT C can be calculated as 1 over K10. This equation can be confirmed by using the amount remaining to be eliminated method. In this case, the number of expression for MRTC represent the area under curve for the amount of drug in the central compartment rather than drug in the whole body remaining to be eliminated. This equals VCCP, which means VC A e to the power minus alpha t plus B e to the power minus beta t, where A and B are given in the equation. In the case of MRT in the peripheral compartment, it is represented by the equation K12 divided by alpha beta. Coming to extravascular administration one compartment model, let us now explore the application of the method to calculate the MRT for another important pharmacokinetic model, namely the one compartment model with extravascular route of administration. Though the oral route is specified in the derivation, the results apply to any other extravascular route of drug administration. For a one compartment drug administered orally, the equation for mass of drug in the body, excluding the gastrointestinal tract, which is treated by pharmacokinetic convention as an extracorporeal compartment as a function of time. Hence, the MRT-B, which is the MRT for the oral dose, can be given as K divided by K minus K, where K is the absorption rate constant and K represent the overall elimination rate constant into K over K square minus K divided by K square, which comes out to be 1 over K or 1 over overall elimination rate constant. Thus, this yields the same result as MRT after an intravenous bolus, namely 1 over K in case of one compartment model. For an oral dose of drug, MRT-B represents the time spent in the body once drug has been absorbed. Therefore, the time spent in the body corresponding to MRT-B after an oral dose and to MRT after an intravenous bolus of the same drug should be identical, since these residence time both have the same starting point. However, MRT-B is not the total MRT for a one compartment model for the oral route. The total MRT in this case is the sum of MRT in the gastrointestinal tract, that is GIT, or the site of drug administration, that is MRT GIT, plus the MRT in the body, that is MRT-B. Therefore, it is necessary to calculate MRT GIT. Then total MRT can be calculated by adding MRT GIT to MRT B. Accordingly, total MRT will then also be equal to MRT GIT plus 1 over K For first order absorption, the equation for mass of drug in the GIT as a function of time can be given as MRT GIT is equal to Ka 0 to infinity Te to the power minus KET dt. On integration, we get MAT or MRT GIT is equal to 1 over Ka, where K is the absorption rate constant. Recalling that MRT for a one compartment oral model is a sum of MAT, and MRTB, the following is obtained. That is, MRT is equal to MAT plus MRTB is equal to 1 over Ka plus 1 over K. This MRT represents the average time a drug molecule spends in the gastrointestinal tract or the site of administration and in the rest of the body after an oral dose. Now coming to extravascular administration two compartment model, as in the one compartment extravascular situation, total MRT for a two compartment drug administered extravascularly is a sum of MRT in the gastrointestinal tract, that is MRT GIT, also called MAT, plus MRT for the rest of the body, that is MRTB. Because of this principle of additivity, an equation can be considered for total MRT for a two compartment model which is administered extravascularly, that is orally, and thus the equation can be represented as 1 over Ka plus 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta minus 1 over K21, where MRT is the MRT for the two compartment drug in the intravenous bag and MRT2 minus CPU is the MRT for the two compartment drug for the oral dose. Now coming to intravenous infusion one compartment model. For an intravenous infusion where a drug in solution is infused intravenously into a patient at a constant zero order rate. This is limited to a drug that both distributes to a single compartment and is eliminated by a first order process. The MRT of drug in this situation will be the sum of MRT in the intravenous bag, that is MRT bag, plus the MRT in the patient. For a one compartment drug with first order elimination, it has been shown previously that MRT in the patient equals 1 over K. Therefore, the task is to calculate MRT bag and then add this result to 1 over K to yield the total MRT. The MRT for zero order transfer between the intravenous bag and the patient reflects the situation where the total amount of drug in the intravenous bag at time 0, that is X bag 0, will be infused in the patient over the finite infusion time, that is T infinite. Moreover, the constant rate of transfer means that the amount of drug in the bag will decline linearly over time. Thus, a plot of X bag versus time will be straight line with negative slope. There will be zero mass of drug remaining in the intravenous bag at T equal to T infinity. Here in the figure, the slope represents the constant rate of change of mass of drug in the intravenous bag over time. This slope or rate equals X bag 0 divided by T infinity. If the minus sign is dropped, this gives a rate of infusion of drug into the patient which also equals the rate of loss of drug from the intravenous bag. Now, applying the definition of MRT and simplifying the equation, the MRT bag can be represented as T infinity divided by 2, where MRT bag can also be calculated by using the amount remaining to be removed approach as follows. The amount of drug remaining to be removed from the intravenous bag at any time equals X bag 0 minus rate of loss into time, and on substitution we get MRT bag from 0 to T infinity as X bag 0 minus X bag 0 divided by T infinity into T dt. The upper limit T infinity suggests that this process does not go on until time infinity, rather drug has been completely removed from the intravenous bag at T equal to T infinity, simplifying the above equation. And thus the equation MRT bag can be reduced to T infinity by 2. In both the solutions here, MRT bag is equal to T infinity by 2. This means the total MRT for the intravenous infusion of a one compartment drug will be equal to MRT bag plus MRT patient, that is T infinity by 2 plus 1 over K. Now coming to mean absorption time. For a drug administered orally, MRT is a sum of time spent in the gastrointestinal tract, that is mean absorption time, as well as time spent in the rest of the body. In the case of a one compartment model drug, the mean absorption time is actually equal to the reciprocal of the absorption rate constant and is therefore proportional to the absorption half-life. For non-compartmental analysis, the mean absorption time is still a good indicator of the rate of drug absorption. In order to get an estimate of mean absorption time in the non-compartmental situation, the drug is administered both orally and intravenously to a subject. Then MAT, that is mean absorption time, is equal to MRT oral minus MRT IV. Since all distribution and elimination processes are the same for the same drug administered to the same subject, the only difference between the oral and intravenous doses will be the absorption occurring with the oral dosage form. Since an MRT is a sum of MRT value for each individual process, MRT IV represent the distribution and elimination processes occurring for both the oral and intravenous doses. Therefore, subtracting MRT IV from MRT oral will yield the MRT for the absorption process, namely the mean absorption time. Coming to mean dissolution time, advantage can be taken for the additive property of MRT values to determine another important non-compartmental parameter. Mean dissolution time (MDT) is a useful parameter reflecting the time for dissolution of a solid oral dosage form, that is a tablet or a capsule, in the human subject rather than in vitro. At different times, solid dosage form and a solution of the same drug are administered to the same human subject. MRT values are recorded in each case. Then MDT, that is the mean dissolution time, is equal to MRT of the solid dosage form, that is a tablet or a capsule, minus the MRT of solution. So students, in this present model on physiological pharmacokinetic model, we have seen different physiological pharmacokinetic models. What is mean residence time? Application of statistical moment theory, the mean absorption time MAT, that is MAT, and the mean dissolution time, that is MDT, and the selection of pharmacokinetic model as per the application in the case of route of administration. Thank you.